feel good, music you can move on. Relax, stress-free, leave your cares at home. Leave your cares at home. Do your two-step, get your groove on. This is feel good, music you can move on. Relax, stress-free, leave your cares at home. Leave your cares at home.
Everybody, it's your man Russ Mitchell, the homesick Buckeye, is in the building, and I think I'm all right. I'm all right. Don't need to worry about me. Listen, I thought I had strep throat, but as it turns out, I might have had COVID. My brother's a nurse, and he told me that the latest strain of COVID he's works at the VA system, said it has no really other symptoms other than a sore throat and a dry cough. That's it. And feeling a little tired. And that's exactly what I had, which is not normally what happens to me when I get sick. So he said, hey, you might have had the latest COVID strain. So I don't know. Whatever it wasn't enough to get me and the bacon grease and the Russell Brand's oregano and whatever, and the Robitussin and everything else I was taking. But that's old news. That's yesterday. Today we got Sergeant Mopar in the building with us. What's going on, Rick? The man is here, the 40-year carnivore. And buddy, let me tell you what. If you need to look up something in an encyclopedia from 1973, there is nobody on the planet Earth that is going to be a better source for you than that. As a matter of fact, if you need anything in your life from 1973, I think that's a microphone, a telephone. Yeah, there you go. He is your man. So you have it, ladies and gentlemen. What's going on down there in the swamps and the canals down there in Florida, brother?
Hot and humid as always. It's funny you mentioned about being sick. Last Friday and Saturday, I didn't feel so good either. I was worn out. But I thought it was because I haven't been eating any beef lately. It's too expensive. I've been eating chicken and pork. So I added sauerkraut back to my diet. Oh, I guess I'm no longer a carnivore.
Yeah.
But as of yesterday, I feel 100%. So I may have been getting that COVID as well. A lot of times when I get sick, I get the same symptoms. So I tell myself, I have to wait until I get sick to feel like the average American. Got my, feet and hands hurt a little bit of a headache, no energy, no motivation. In fact, on, Friday, I basically sat on the couch. I did a little research for my work. I got on YouTube, and I did absolutely nothing all day except eat and waste my time. And then you can see Saturday I did my live, but I wasn't 100%. My energy level was like, maybe 60%. But as of today, I'm back. In fact, there's some things I was trying to fix over the weekend that I didn't get to. I finished them today. So I think whatever it was either bad meat or the COVID, who knows? But I had COVID 3 times verified already, and every time I got it, it was less and less. So that's pretty good. But other than that, I'm here.
I love it, man, and welcome back. Welcome back. Yeah, he's eating ducks from the lake. Welcome back. But he traded it in for a ribeye steak.
I wish.
Yeah, listen, man. I was down, man. Down, man. I was feeling a little low, but and my family did not come in town, which actually was bittersweet. They'll be here around Christmas time. They're going to reschedule that, but it was bittersweet. I love my family. I love when they're here. They're the best. But by the same token, I wasn't feeling myself. I just wasn't feeling good. I ended up sleeping. Once I could get the cough and stuff stopped, I started sleeping a lot more, and I slept more than I normally do. I was just kind of running on fumes. So let's see and it's funny you should talk about sauerkraut, because that is getting into something I do want to talk about. in a little bit. As always, if you want to pop in, hang out with us, the link is in the chat. I do believe, I think Rick put it in there. This stream almost wasn't. I'll talk about that in a minute here when we see who's in the room today. Terry Sue says, "Oh, goody. I was catching up on Rick Rod and Talks. This is perfect timing. I've just finished watching the last Quack vid available. Binge watching Rick. Binge watching Charger Mopar, man. There you have it. There you have it. Rocket Coach Amy says, hiya. Well, hiya back to you, beloved. Glad you are here. George Good Enough from jolly old England. Pip, pip, cheerio. Always good to see you, brother. Glad you are here with us. Jersey Tom is in the building. Target Prime Rib, everybody. And it's good to see you, brother. I'm going to make a cup of decaf. It's so cold here today. I'm froze. Yeah, I hear you. Be careful with the decaf, sis. I mean, I know there's, Cranky is around here somewhere. Shout out to him. I know he's lurking somewhere in the weeds. But that decaf can be bad news. The way they decaffeinate coffee, a lot of chemicals, bleaches. It's quite the process. So, but I think there are some brands of decaf that don't decaffeinate the same way. But it's kind of like the way they make the seed oils. They got to put poison in it in order for you to eat it. So let's see here. I have my coffee with cream and a little bit of monk fruit extract, and it's not decaffeinated. Booby Goats. Hey, Aaron. Good to see you, my dear. Glad you're here. Says, hey, everyone. Amy says, I literally just found a new AI program. Still expensive, but they don't charge me per video. That is awesome. A new AI program. Maybe they could get that down in Notre Dame to the coach and he could draw up some better plays with it. I don't know. Okay, that's it. Let's get it. No more. I'm not torturing my beloved Amy today with that. Not doing that. Ruben says I'm walking in the dark. Okay, well, be careful out there, beloved. We don't want you to trip and fall and hurt yourself out there. Let's see here. I think it's Doug Pitt Quantum Point. Hey, there you go. Speaking of fall and hurt yourself, look who it is, everybody. Look at it. Yes. It is Senior Citizen Day there in Missouri. He's got his senior citizen glasses on there. I'm kidding. I brought you in, Kelly. Let me hold on, bro. Let me get through some of the comments and say hello to everybody who's in the room, and then we will get with you. Terry Sue says, I wish I could jump around like that Avenger chick. I love the superheroes. Yes, Amy is very, very creative. We just love her to death. She's the best. Let's see. Here's some of Aaron's live. Love that. Let's see. Says, I want to write a movie. It would take me years. Just do a short like everybody else. You don't have to do a movie. Nobody's just, they do movies in Hollywood. Everybody else does shorts and stuff in their on their YouTube. There you go. Let's see here. Is that a Bruce Springsteen song, Walking in the Dark? I think it's Dancing. That's Dancing in the Dark, but that's funny. It could be dancing in the dark, can't find a fire. Can't start a fire without a spark. This gun for hire. Even if we're just dancing in the dark. That's my Bruce Springsteen. Is that it? Hey, how do you like that? I love that. I don't care what anybody thinks. That is a great Bruce Springsteen impression there. What do you think? Can I get a second on that, Kelly? What about you, Rick?
Amen. I was like, Rick, Russ is feeling 100% better. He is a singing tonight.
Yeah, I think I'm doing all right here. Let's see here. Bruce is in the room, my man. Good to see you. Glad you're here. The kids are playing hide and seek. Hide and seek in the dark? That doesn't sound like any fun to me. What, they got flashlights on them or something? They got flashlights taped in their forehead? How you got to play hide and seek in the dark? It's just hide, So it's sounds like somebody's going to get hurt. I hope all your kids have helmets on there, Aaron. I hope they all get. Oh my goodness. Speaking of having helmets on, look who it is, everybody.
Hey.
There's Amy.
Hi, Kelly.
Amy.
All right. Well, we're almost through here.
Self
Let's see
here.
I think we're almost through the comments. Sandy is here. Hello there, beloved. Sandy says, yay. She says, yay. And I say, yay back to you, beloved. Glad you're here. Yeah, winter is coming. I feel sorry for you Northerners. Ruth says, started out singing. Yeah, I guess I did. Says, I'm feeling better. Yes, I am feeling better. There is no doubt about that. Terry said, a bunch of us had bad headaches last weekend out of the blue. No, that's just one too many Rick live streams. That's all. That's all that was. Nah, it's just a joke, fam. Just a joke. It's nothing but laughs and fun with Rick. He's the best.
The quack.
Yeah. Dr. Nelson says, I'm out hunting on my way home. Yes, that is his way of saying his wife made him go to the grocery store.
Doc?
Yeah. Say hello to the missus. Tell her I said send her my best. FX Trade, I'm deciding on whether to get the booster. No. Well, listen, we're not doctors here. You got to do what's best for you, but I think that's a joke in this space. It could be. I see a smile. I don't know, FX. I have not seen you in my space before. Maybe you're in here under an assumed name. Do you guys know FX Trader? Is he one of us? Oh, Rick knows him. He's shaking his head. There you go. I'm assuming it's a he. Maybe it's a she. There can be FX traders. I'm an options guy myself. Speaking of options, look who it is, everybody. He has options, and yet he is still here with us. We're glad you're here. And I think I'm almost to the end here. I don't want to forget about Brian is here. Dr. Nelson, what are you hunting? A movie camera. Yes, that is his way of saying the wife made him go out and get something.
I think they're at Costco. Yeah.
Yes. This is Russ Arpo. Hey, listen, I on any given time, I will bust out into a song or a rhyme. See what I did there? Okay. She says I don't see the link. The link is in there, but you found it
on Rick's channel.
Did you find it, Amy?
Yeah, it's on Rick's channel. Yeah,
listen,
it's not on Russ's channel. Russ is slacking because he's an Ohio fan.
Typical
gonna get kicked off.
And you got it wrong again. I'm not an Ohio fan. I'm an Ohio State fan. There is an Ohio and there is an Ohio State. So you're wrong again, you loser. There you go. Oh man, listen, I want to kick you off my show so bad, but I love you. I can't do it.
You've got the button.
No, I would never.
Don't do it. I'll behave.
Not for something like that. I mean, there are things you can do to get kicked off my show, but you're far from it. You're not even close. You're not even on the line. So there you go. And okay, let me tell you the story very quickly. This is not a rant. This is not a Russ like eternal rant story. This is like a quick story. I sat down this morning to set up the stream for my link, and my phone rang, and then somebody came to the door, and then by that time they left, I was hungry, and I made something to eat, and I forgot all about it. So I sit down here at 8:25, ready to do the show, and there's no link, there's no anything, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I forgot. So I scrambled, sent Rick the link, and all that, and that's why the show got started a little late. Thank goodness Rick was on top of his job. So there you go. So that is the truth about what happened today. And so maybe I haven't posted it in the chat, but I know Rick did. But we clearly have a full house here, so we are doing just fine. Terry Sue says, screw up my coffee idea, Russ. Thanks. I don't listen. I care about your life, Terry Sue. I am here. I care about your life, beloved. So, if you, okay, does anybody know, do you know anything about that, Amy, about the process of decaffeinization or?
What's the point? I'm sorry. What's the point of drinking decaf coffee?
I think caffeine gives them some problems. Maybe it makes them jittery or keeps them awake. Or I know people with heart problems aren't supposed to maybe have caffeine and things like that.
Yeah.
I don't know all the ins and outs, but
I would just drink
I'm
something
waiting.
else.
I'm waiting on Cranky.
I'm fine
Cranky
with
will break it.
caffeine. So, yeah.
Cranky will break it down to the molecule. I can tell you that right now. That's the kind of guy he is, and that's the kind of guy I roll with. Speaking of break it down to the molecule, look who it is, everybody. Now this is a long lost friend. Yes, I found out last week she fell and broke her hip, and I'm sure there's a story behind that that has something to do with moonshine, ladies and gentlemen. I'm just saying that's
Moonshine.
Moonshine.
yeah. Well, it's good to see you, Julia. I'm so glad
See
you're
you
here.
all.
I
Definitely.
think I made it through the comments. If I didn't, I almost never do, so you can be used to it by now. But we got a house full. We're going to go back to Kelly because he was here first, and I passed him up. Kelly, my man, how you doing? What's going on out there, brother? And why do you have the infrared sunglasses on?
They're blue light blockers for nighttime. And so it helps because it really, my eyes strain, even with the glasses on, my eyes strain. So I got those because it helps reduce the glare. Because if I don't wear my glasses and I look at my phone or the computer too long, I look like a blind bat.
Gotcha.
But other than that, I'm doing good. Working on the.
Well, I won't make fun of them anymore if they're medically necessary. We won't do that. We won't do that. Well, we might, but we'll stop at least for now.
Hey, they're not subscription. It's just it helps me.
I got you, man. Well, that's what we're all about, is helping people here. Okay, Amy, let's just go on to you. I think you were the next, or no, Tom was the next one in. Tom, brother, how are things in New Jersey, man? And what is the latest and greatest with you, brother?
Not much. Everything's great in New Jersey. We just had a storm though, so
Rainstorm?
Yes.
Okay.
Rainstorm.
Still early for snowstorms, but
well, no, like a rainstorm, yeah. So
yeah, those are just about over down here. Thank goodness.
Just did a great interview with George, so I was pretty
yes. All right, now we'll go to Julia. So no, I'm just kidding. We're going to Rocket Coach Redhead Amy. So how are you doing, beloved? You good?
I'm doing good. I'm having surgery on Monday, just a hernia repair. So I probably won't be here Tuesday. I also have blue light blocking glasses on. Mine aren't red though. They kind of got a greenish tint to them. I don't know why. And sometimes they look pink, but I wear these all the time. Not that I gotta, compete with Kelly or anything, but
they have a greenish tint because you need to weep at the virus. Look for the lady.
All they are is just clip.
It's got the weep at the virus. There you go.
That's awesome.
See, did that make up for my Notre Dame joke?
It did, yeah.
I'll do the weep at the virus. Okay, how about you, Julia, my dear? It has been such a long time since
It
you.
has. It's been an interesting month. So
yes, okay. You're out of rehab. You're off the moonshine.
Yes,
and you feel. You've done something.
No, it was those jeans, man. Those things. I got into a fight with those jeans and lost. I'm telling you. So now I sit down when I put them on.
Yeah, that is okay.
It was bad, but
I'm going to give me just a minute.
Sure.
I'm going to just clear out all the jokes that just popped into my head there. I'm going to clear them all out. I got to just clear it all out of there because I can't help it. I can't listen. They come in on their own. I have to force them out. Okay, they just come. All right. So you had a calamity putting on jeans that resulted in a broken hip. No joke there. And you're okay.
I'm doing great.
Yeah.
I haven't had to use a cane. So it happened August 3rd. And as of a month ago, no cane, no walker. Haven't had physical therapy yet. They kicked me out of the hospital. I was doing so well after 3 days. thankfully, no rehab. And thankfully, because I was able to go home, I was able to eat some real meat, which was
Yeah.
nice because the hospital food was, I basically was living on bacon.
Yeah.
You know, they really had no, and bacon, and they did have good roast chicken, which I put a
I was
lot of
gonna
butter
say,
on. But the
somewhere
hamburgers,
somewhere there's
hamburgers
somebody
would
that
be
has a
equivalent
dream of
hot
living
dogs.
on bacon.
I'm sorry, I interrupted you.
You have to love the meat in hospitals. It's great.
Oh man,
I'm saying that sarcastically.
I
Obviously.
know. Yeah, no, I understand. So the really cool thing that's happened this month, besides that my body's doing really well thanks to carnivore, I have a friend, very good friend, that has cancer. And he's seen me, he's watched my whole journey from, the emphysema. This person, long story short, he was my boyfriend. I broke up with him because of alcohol. And he got cancer, and I saw it coming. So he stopped drinking, he stopped eating sugar, and he went ketovore. And I've been helping him. We didn't get back together, but we've stayed really good friends. And he's doing amazingly well. He has peritoneal cancer. The pain went away. He had horrible swollen joints. That's gone. He wasn't able to sleep. He's sleeping for the first time since I've ever known him. And it's been about, God, probably 10 years that I've known the man. It's just incredible just to see that. And I couldn't be happier. I'm just so glad that he decided, yeah, there you go, that he decided to do this, because I really thought he was going to drink himself to death, to be honest. And instead he chose life. And the cool thing is I get to cook for him every day because he can't cook to save his butt. So
yeah, is that what you call it? Anyway, so
yeah.
that's
it's really great because he loves meat, and he's been eating it and doing great. And being that he's Chicano, he loves the hot pepper. So now and then he'll have those. They don't affect him like they affect me. And I don't, I'm, as long as he's not eating starch and sugar, I'm not like a Nazi, even though I have to be with myself. But it's been just so wonderful to see a transformation in somebody that I pretty much given up. I said, I'm just going to find him dead one day in the apartment. And unfortunately, it's happened before. So God bless him, and thanks to this diet, I mean, I think he's going to pull through. I really do. Oh,
yeah,
that's beautiful.
I give him 30 more days. He's going to propose to you.
Maybe
so there we have it. Yeah, he's.
I'll let you know.
Yeah, listen, I already know.
Oh,
yeah,
man.
you guys are you're cooking for him and healing him and nursing him back to health.
Yeah, and he's been doing so well, and it's just really nice. I went through this 8 years ago with my late husband, who died from lung cancer. Didn't know about carnivore then, but he knew enough to change his diet. And from a stage 4 diagnosis, he lived another 10 years with no chemo, no radiation, and just changing his diet and just, working on his mental health and all that kind of stuff, and did amazingly well. So, but it's just a beautiful thing to see when you see somebody that otherwise would be given no hope. Because the doctors pretty much say, you got peritoneal cancer, even with chemo. My brother's a medical doctor. He said, even with chemo, there's very little chance of making it. But this is my brother now talking. He says, with what you're doing, he's got a darn good chance of making it through, which is really exciting. So
I think that's great. Well, you're taking on you're taking on a healing mission there in the house there, and after your traumatic injury, it's wonderful. You've changed your hair and you're wearing dresses now.
Yeah, no, pants. My Halloween. These are my Halloween pants. No. I got cats. See, it's got black cats on it. I don't know if you can see.
There you go.
But there you go.
Be careful there. Be careful there. Don't stand up too quick.
I know.
All right. Well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you for listening and sharing this.
Yes, well, I'm glad you're here. We've missed you. I knew something was going on. As you were.
It's been a lot. I feel so blessed to be part of just be part of this community and be part of that journey with my friend too. Wow.
I love that. Josephine is here. She says, "Howdy, Kelly. How's the Bar D Acres going? I hope I spelt that right." Well,
It,
I don't know if you spelt that right, but you didn't spelt right unless you're talking about flour. I'm just teasing you. You're perfect, beloved. You do what you want to do. Go ahead, Kelly.
it's going, except for it wasn't quite so well this morning. I wanted to get some brush hogging done because I was off work today because my truck, I just had to spend almost $1,600 on my truck to fix a main seal leak. And so I decided I couldn't brush hog yesterday because it rained Sunday night. So my daughter had a softball game, so I decided to brush hog. Well, get started, and I forgot. I was halfway around, and I forgot I needed to tighten up a hinge pin because I kept on losing a pin, and my 3-point on one side come apart. So I go to the shop, fix that. And as I'm coming around brush hogging around this brush pile, all of a sudden the brush hog quit. And I say, what the world going on? I'm like, great. It's year to sheriff. And I'm like, what else is going to go wrong today? If it goes wrong, I'm just going to quit for the day and call the dogs, and I'm going back to the house. But I got over half the property brush hogged. So hoping that maybe by Christmas I'll have it all done.
There you go. There's a project. Do it a little bit at a time. Give you something to do. My grandpa used to say that. I have to save something to do for tomorrow. If I don't, I'll die. So, yeah, that's what he used to say. So there you go. Odd Fitness Tim says, what up, Rick? Good evening, gentlemen. He said, yep, and women.
Yep.
That's right.
Good evening from Miami.
Terry Sue says, I'm waiting for a black kid to fall in my life. We're going to name it Blackjack. There you go.
Did Lewis find one?
I've got a red one that I'm nursing along named Fuego that I got at 4 weeks old. He's 6 weeks now. And I'm nursing him for the shelter. I do foster kittening, And he's so cute. And he's eating meat. He's eating meat and loves it.
Bruce wants to know what Doc Nelson is bringing back. Well, his wife does not eat exactly the way that he does. She's more of a ketovore kind of person. So he may have some carnivores. Hide your kids, hide your wife. Yeah. Which leads me to, I do want to talk about something today, and I want to get family's opinion on it. I think I know what you guys are going to say because I know how everybody pretty much rolls in here. In order to be in here, you kind of have to be an accepting kind of person. But I don't know if you guys got the email. I'm sure you do. Those of you that are in the Kilts tribe, that our guy, Dr. Kilts, is moderating a little bit and is now starting to eat some vegetables and things like that after a lot of thought and consideration. And I'm going to try to get him on to talk about it here. I'm going to try to reach out and see if I can get him on. Maybe he goes to bed very early, but maybe I can get him on here to tell me, because I'm definitely curious about what exactly brought that on, and if it's something he just decided to do. Did he struggle with it for a while? Because, and this, again, you guys know how I roll, so there's no judgment here at all. I don't care what you eat. We accept everybody here. I've always said my problem is not with food. My problem is with misinformation. Amen. And I want to teach people the right things about food, let them make their own decisions.
Right.
I was like millions of people who was eating things that I did not want to eat, that I did not like to eat, because I was being told it was good for me and I needed it to be healthy. That's what I want to attack. And that's what I've always done for day one. And I caught hell for it. I caught flack early on, 2 or 3 years ago, because, I hung around with a lot of carnivores. And back at that time, a lot of carnivore people didn't even want to call themselves ketogenic. We're carnivores. We're not ketogenic. We're not. And I just thought the whole thing was nuts. I came up with my own thing, my carb number idea. If you follow me years ago, you knew that, because I always thought it was crazy. Carnivore, ketovore, all that stuff. I'm like, why don't we just do like everything else in health is numbers? Everything in health is numbers. A1C, glucose, weight, blood pressure. What's your carb number? If you tell me yours is 25, that's how many carbs you generally eat in a day. I know what you are. If you tell me it's 0, I know what you are. If you tell me you don't know, I know what you are. You try to figure out all that stuff. So I don't judge. And in my evangelism, I've always been, I get tired of the hard nose. When you talk about carnivore and stuff, a lot of people just don't want to hear it. They think it's dumb. They think it's stupid. They think it doesn't make sense. Their doctors are telling them it's going to kill them. So I came up with, this is why my show is the Keto Cookout, not the Carnivore Cookout, and I talk about being ketogenic, not carnivore, even though in my life I'm very carnivore, because I want to reach people. I want to help people. And to me, this is the best way to do it. But more and more people, it seems, are sliding back from carnivore into some fruits and vegetables. And I want to know what you guys think about it. And it's especially, I'm like, what's next? Is Chafee going to pop on this, eating a hot dog or something? I mean, I don't know. Because he was one of the harder, kind of guys, hardline kind of guys, and he's moderating. How do you guys feel about it? And what do you think? Start with you, Rick. You're muted, buddy, I think.
Let's put it this way. You know my theory. I have friends that are vegans. I have friends that are duck food eaters. I got all kinds of friends. I have a yard full of fruit trees. And you know what I do with the fruit in my yard? I give it to my friends. I give them fruit trees so they can eat fruit. The main thing is, I just tell everybody, don't eat the cheap duck food. Don't eat the stuff that comes in the box or the bag with a list of ingredients. Eat the stuff that was running around not that long ago. Eat the stuff you can pick from a tree that doesn't bother you. I think you're doing good. We humans have been doing this for thousands, more than that, for a very long time. And we've been surviving. I mean, it's like they used to say when I was a kid with the Lay's potato chips, bet you can't eat just one. Well, I bet them I don't even want to eat one. I'd rather have some meat or go out and pick an orange. You may see me once in a while eating an orange from my yard. You may see me eating a fried banana. And now I'm eating sauerkraut because I'm trying to supplement because I can't get beef like I used to. So if Dr. Kiltz, the only thing I tell people, if you're going to eat something other than carnivore and you have a record of being carnivore, let us know what you're doing. Don't try to hide it. Don't try to pretend like you're Mr. Perfect and I only eat this and that. No, I never cheat and all that. Like, no. I don't want to see it. I want to see the real.
I know. Hey, listen. I know. I got a firehouse up right here. No, I'm just kidding. I know. But yeah, no, I agree. And again, this space is for those people who think that way. It always has been. And there are people who are not in the space anymore who are much harder core and didn't want to mix it. They wanted to be carnivore, and that's just how they felt. What about you, Kelly? What are your thoughts on this type of thing?
To me, it's, I'm kind of like with Rick, I have raised beds I was planning on tearing out, and I started this new adventure, starting a homestead. Even though I'm, primary carnivore, I was going to tear the raised beds out, but I'm like, I'm going to use this to help people. I don't care if you're even on the standard diet. If you want to grow, I want to be here to help you. That's what I'm going to use these beds. I have a strawberry beds out there. I'll go pick out strawberries and I'll eat them within season. I got asparagus bed out there because next year will be the third year. I'll eat it within season. I'll eat cabbage where you make it the sauerkraut. You ferment it. I eat pickles. I eat spicy dill pickles. I have no big deal about it. If watermelon in season, it has to be in season. I can't do out of season. It has to be in season. Otherwise, it's disgusting to me. Just like tomatoes. I'll eat tomatoes in season. Yeah. But the one thing I will not go back to is I won't go back to spinach. I won't go eat beets because those what I thought was healthy is bad for you because of the toxins. I won't eat nuts. I won't eat seeds. I won't eat none of that. Now, in the spring, I remember when I was young, I always liked it. My grandma made wilted lettuce with bacon, and you made this. Well, of course, you used sugar. And what I did when I was keto doing that, I just used my monk fruit allulose sweetener and replace the sugar. So it's almost same as fermenting it. So I might grow some leaf lettuce just for that in the spring. But other than that, I'm primary 85-90% carnivore. But with like Rick, with the beef so high, I have to supplement somehow. So I started getting chicken legs. I got chicken thighs. I was getting pork. I'll limit my beef because of the price. And if I catch it on sale, I'll buy it. But other than that, I have to supplement just to be able to make ends meet because I can't just go and get a $20 ribeye that used to cost $10.
Yeah. I'm eating a lot more ground beef myself, and I hammer when they have the sales, but I know what you mean. Amy, your thoughts about this, and especially someone like you who is doing a coaching program. Dr. Barry's always been a middle of the road kind of guy. And that's one of the reasons why I've always followed him and liked him. He's never been super hardcore, in one direction or the other, which is why he has the following he has, because he's kind of along the same lines as me. Let's get you good information, teach you the right things, and you can make your own decisions if you have the good information. What do you think?
Well, and that's exactly it. So what we're learning in the coaching program, which I absolutely love, is that you need to meet people where they're at. Okay. You are to be a good coach and to be just a coach. It's not you dictating to people what they need to do. You need to ask them, what's not working for them, and then kind of get a general gauge on what they feel comfortable changing, what they don't feel comfortable changing, where they can enter into the PhD, what level of the scale, whether it's low carb or whether they go straight to carnivore. And honestly, my own personal experience, I think, is going to help, not just with coaching, but just sharing stories with people, because I've done everything from Atkins to low carb to keto. I've done protein sparing modified fasting. I'm now carnivore. I've pretty much been on. The only thing I haven't done is lion diet, and I just am not there. I don't have a need for that. But it's just like, and here's the other thing.
But you may do it for a day or two.
Maybe for a month. I don't know. But I can't afford that right now. My pocketbook says no. But the other thing is your body sometimes, and this has happened to me. Like I lost 120 pounds and I stayed at 153 pounds for 4 years doing protein sparing modified fasting 1 to 3 days a week for whatever reason, whether it was stress, whether it was hormones, whatever, my body, I gained like some weight. So then I'm like, oh, I got to tweak this, right? And I got to go to carnivore because I'm gaining weight. It's not working for me anymore. Well, when I went on carnivore, I gained even more weight. So it's like sometimes you got to switch things up a little bit. And I don't know what Dr. Kiltz is doing. Maybe he's introducing some healthy carbs to switch things up, and then maybe he's going to go back to strict carnivore. We don't know that, but you know what? People need to do whatever works for them. If they're vegan and that's working for them and they're healthy, who am I to judge that? I think anybody eating a whole food diet,
I'm speaking for all vegans everywhere,
making themselves, at least making choices to be healthier is a good thing, no matter where they're at in their journey. And when I'll be honest with you, when I first started tuning into the carnivore channels when I was keto, not all of them, like these are really good, Rick's good, but there were a few in the comments, not necessarily on the channels, that were just like dogmatic, and I'm like, that's not for me. That's not for me.
You can ask Adam and Carrie and those guys. There were people that would send them nasty emails about having me on the channel in the spaces because I wasn't carnivore. Why is he here? He's making, he doesn't take any of this seriously. What's kind of true. I mean, I don't take anything that seriously. But, they were like, he's not carnivore. And I owned it from the beginning because I always wanted to be 100% authentic. And I would say, hey, I'm not as carnivore as some, but I got a family full of vegetarians that will vouch for my credentials. I can, I can tell you right now, And it's like feeding time at the zoo at Uncle Russ's house, man. My family of vegans and vegetarians around here. But, they just, again, but I understand human nature. It is human nature to segregate and to rank. And it doesn't matter what it is. It can be politics, it can be religion, it can be diet, it can be whatever. I'm different than you. I'm better than you. That's just human nature. Pecking order, they call it with the chickens. Dogs do it. Well, I own horses for years. You put 5 horses in the field, you give them 20 minutes, somebody's the ball. You know what I mean? It's just
You have one horse that's always the boss. I remember that growing up. There one horse thinks he's the leader.
That's right. That's right. It's just the way I think, living things, I'm sure plants probably do it too. They're probably in the cornfields. It's like one corn stalk is like, hey, I'm taller than all of you. So I get that. And so it's like, I'm like, you know what, man? I'm out here trying to find my way. I'm out here. And for me, especially, I came into this, you guys know who I am, looking for fun and friends and to learn and all that kind of stuff. And it was just like, why all this animosity? We're all doing better. We're all healing. We're all, seeing improvements in our lives. I'm not ready to just eat meat and drink water. I'm not there yet, So what do you think, Tom?
Okay. So I'm not really sure what exactly he's doing. I just finished a coaching course with him. So I just finished his coaching course. So I'm graduated. But yeah, I mean, I heard that basically all he did was just basically add fish to his diet, but I'm not sure how true that is. I mean,
let me see if I can find. I'm gonna find the email and read it, because some people, if they're not part of the Kill Somebody tribe, may not know.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not really sure. I mean, to me, he's always done the ice cream. He even said in a book that he wrote that he occasionally has French fries cooked in duck fat. So he's always here and there. His favorite theme is from time to time. So he's. I mean, this is not the first time he's adapted. So if the only thing he did was add fish, that's not really
okay. Let's. I'll read it to you here. It says, "Hello, my brothers and sisters. Over the past few weeks and months, I've been reflecting deeply on my own health and some of the changes happening in the world around us. After nearly 15 years as what many call Mr. Crazy Carnivore, I've started to wonder whether my beef-only approach is still the best fit for me at this stage of my life. I'm still a firm believer in the power of carnivore lifestyle, but I've also realized that my message may have been a bit too polarizing at times. It's time to soften, be more inclusive, shine a brighter, more positive light that brings people together. I'm exploring new possibilities, things like adding salmon, cod, liver oil, other sources of nourishment, while keeping faith, fasting, and simplicity at the heart of it all. Please take a few moments to watch my full message below." And it says here in the message below, it says, Dr. Kiltz discusses his evolving diet, now including wild-caught fish, cod liver oil, and the touch of cooked vegetables. He reflects on emotional and spiritual reasons behind softening this message and embracing a more inclusive lifestyle. So, again, it's not like he's saying, beef is bad for you or whatever, but, again, he was a hard-line guy. I mean, this guy's eating raw meat. I mean, this guy is just, he's had a lot of negative things to say about vegetables, over his time. And again, no judgments. Love Kilty. Kilty is my guy. Same way with Chafee. I love Chafee. Chafee is a solid dude. But if he were to come out with something like this, I just think people would be like, what? Oh, what did he find out? What did he learn? What does he know? Do tell. So that's more my thing. Not any kind of judgment, but it's like, whoa, what happened? Did do you know some new data? Is there some new studies? Or just what's making these what's bringing on these changes?
Well, I follow, I follow my own path.
Yeah.
And I'm doing my own thing. Now I do find other people, and I find guidelines, you know, and like I take advice and listen to it and then decide whether or not it's something I want to do. Like even Rick and Amy, I'll listen to, you know, anything that they have, you know. But and I've taken advice from Kilt, I've taken advice from Dr. Nelson, all of them, Carrie, all of them. But in the end, it's really my journey that I have to think about. And
Yeah.
you know, if Kiltz wants to adjust his diet, then that's up to Kiltz, just like any of us.
Yeah. You know, go ahead, Julia. What are your thoughts on these type of things?
Well, I think I'm agreeing so far with what everyone's saying. It really is an individual thing. You've got to meet people where they're at. And I did keto for 13 years prior to going carnivore. And the reason I went carnivore is I noticed that I needed to change something. I was getting pain. I noticed that I was tired. I noticed that the emphysema symptoms were getting worse. And I felt like I was waiting to die. I mean, it was really bad. So I needed to go to that extreme. And for me, I'm an addict in every sense of the word. If I even put a little bit of French fry, a little bit of anything, I just go off the wall. So for me, I have to be that strict, but that doesn't mean other people have to be. And I'm well aware of that. And one thing that Dr. Berry said that was really true, it's a bell curve as far as your sensitivity. My friend that I'm helping with the cancer, now because cancer is a metabolic disease and we know sugar feeds it, he has to be very strict as far as not eating any starch. But you know, the occasional avocado for him, I can even eat them then. If he eats peppers, for me, they cause immediate pain in my feet after 2 hours. I can't put weight on it. For him, he's fine. You know, so I'll buy them for him. It's like, here, you want some peppers? You want this? Or, you know, I'll even cook them. So it really, I think it's so important to listen to your body and listen to what your body tells you. And if anything I've learned in the carnivore journey is really being in touch with what my body tells me. My cousin, we're first cousins, was vegetarian for a while, and I had gone carnivore in the meantime, and I never pushed it on her. I just said, listen, if it's working and you feel good, keep doing what you're doing. And eventually now she's mostly carnivore. You know, she's like, you would say low carb, maybe, 20, 30 carbs a day, where I'm 0. She's doing awesome. She can eat some things that I can't. We both found out we were lactose intolerant. I'm to the point where I have to make ghee. Even butter bloats me, and puts weight on because of the inflammation. So I'm just to that extreme. That's just how my body is. I've been that way since I was a little kid. And if I look back on my delicious Italian diet that my parents cooked from scratch, it was completely wrong for me. And I remember having horrible pain in my joints as a child, depression, anxiety, all that stuff. And it was totally from the food, but of course they didn't know. And to have the monkey off your back after years, I've been 2 years carnivore now. I'm 60, I'll be 66 next month. What a blessing and what a relief. But I do recognize how important it is to meet people where they're at. Otherwise you just become a Nazi. Yeah. I'm a Nazi with me. That's fine. I have to be. But with other people, I mean, I encourage, like if they, for example, just giving up Diet Coke or Cokes, if they can do just that, I'll say, yeah, that's great, and encourage them.
Oh,
yeah.
My friend, I was just blown away that he went all the way with it, but he wants to live. So it really is an individual thing. And that's where I'm at. If people want to put carbs back in, if they feel they need to, cool. I'm one of those people that can't do that, or I'll be under a box of donuts in no time. Dave Mack says, I'll be under a box of Krispy Kremes, like, oh, that was good.
Yeah. No, I talk about being at Golden Corral face down in the mashed potatoes and gravy.
Yes, exactly. Me too. And the holidays are coming up. And it's really nice to be able to walk my friend through it. When we go to parties, I say, hey, I'll make some deviled eggs. Do you think you can eat those? We'll bring stuff we can eat. Cool. Make my own homemade mayonnaise and make them, and just bring a big old plate of that. And there you go. and we're there for each other for support, because he can't, well, he can if he wants to, but, and I'm not going to scream at him, but the sweets and stuff, I said, that's just going to feed the cancer,
Yeah.
So,
There's
and he
no doubt
knows
about
that, he gets that, which is really awesome.
Dr.
So,
Seifert, get him some of Dr. Seifert's videos, and
yes,
he breaks it down in an
he
amazing
really
way.
does. He really does. Yeah.
But yeah, no, I'm with you on that. I think Amy, said it the best there. You meet people where they are. It's like when you're talking about carnivore diet to a guy that's got a bagel in his hand. Yeah, it's probably not gonna, probably not gonna work. That's something you can introduce to people as they get more carb conscious and they start dialing their carbs down. And you're like, well, you mean I can go to 0? Because again, we forget after we've been doing this so long how many hurdles there are for many people. It's not just their own problems, their own food addictions or things like that. It's their doctors, it's their family, it's their friends. It's everything they've ever been taught their whole life that they have to just ignore. And for a lot of people, that's not an easy thing to do.
No, if you push, they're just going to want to push back. And it's like, what good does that do? What good is that going to do?
When your parents or your friends or your family say it's another thing when a doctor tells you if you're going to kill yourself if you keep eating this way.
Right.
I mean, it's
of course, they're about 400 pounds themselves and don't know about
it's different. So, you just have to work with people and give them good information. I just had a great conversation today with a guy that I know that just got out of the hospital. It's crazy how many people that you meet. I had no idea he was diabetic. And we had a long talk, and it was blowing him away, the things I was telling him about cholesterol and fat being good for you, and that you don't need to eat fruits and vegetables and oatmeal and all this stuff. You don't need to eat that stuff. And he's like, what are you talking about, man? What? You're telling me I don't need I said, man, I haven't had a piece of fruit in years other than a tomato. I don't know what tomato season it is. What tomato season is? Tomato season in my life is 370 days a year. I'm just telling you. There's no day. Hey, listen, I can eat tomatoes 2 times a day, daytime, nighttime. I'm just telling you, I like tomatoes. They are the best. But that's the only fruit I like. I used to get these big monstrous fruit bowls from Publix with all because I thought I needed it, and it's the craziest thing when I think about it now. I had so many, I was gaining weight. I was just circling the drain. And I was eating this fruit and eating granola for breakfast. And I was thinking to myself, and I was saying to myself, thank God I eat this way or I'd probably be dead. That's what I was saying while I was eating pineapples and grapes. And I was so glad. That's the first thing I gave up when I learned about this living. I'm like, oh my God, I never liked fruit from a kid. My aunts and grandmas used to make cobblers and pies and things. I would scrape all the fruit off of it and just eat the crust.
Oh, yeah.
My grandmother would get so mad at me. I'd go in there and there'd just be a big pile of peaches in the middle of a pan. She'd be like, Russell, it's like, you're going to eat this fruit or can't have any more cobbler. You just leave a big pile of fruit in the pan. I didn't want it. I just wanted the crust and the sweet crust. So, it was such a relief for me. And I think of all those years and all that fruit that I choked down because I thought I needed it. And that's the people I want to reach. My Uncle Mike, he's got all kind of health problems, eats oatmeal every day. His doctor tells him he should. I'm like, Uncle, you are not a horse. You do not need oats. It's just like there's nothing in that for you, man. That is just, it's all the beans and rice. That's famine food. I'm like, they fly over countries and drop that out of helicopters on people in starving countries. Meanwhile, the dictator king of the country is up in his house eating beef and lamb.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just let's see if comments. I know I'm missing the comments here. Okay, let's go back to the chat here. I know I'm probably way behind here. Been talking. Jimmy says, so are you going to sing tonight? I've been singing all night, Jimmy. You must have got here late. I opened up the show with a song. And yes, but before we leave, I will probably sing something else. I know you guys are a little behind on your Russ songs. It's my last couple of weeks here. Emmett says, meat having chicken, sweets, broccoli, and lemon cucumber. I love that. There you go. That sounds great to me. And you know, I like vegetables here and there. I'm glad, I'll tell you one other thing about the vegetables. I used to feel so guilty when I would slather them with butter. I used to feel so guilty about that. I'm like, oh, I'm destroying these wonderful vegetables with all this butter.
Butter's the best part.
Yeah, so it says we love Kelsey. We do love Kelsey. He's our guy. After my hair loss 2 weeks ago, I had vitamins and a few berries. Yeah. Sandy says, who is the lovely lady bottom left? We don't have a lovely lady anywhere on this panel. I'm just kidding. That was so rude. These are my sisters. They're wonderful. I don't. That is Julia. Sandy.
I'm Amy.
Yeah, you're bottom right.
Bacon woman.
You're bottom right. You Irish illiterate. That's two shots. That's two shots.
I have to spit out my drink.
I pick on her because I adore her. Everybody knows these things. That is Julia. She's been coming on the show since the very beginning. I mean, when me and Adam were doing this class going on 2 years. Yeah. But she was just got out of rehab. She fell and hurt herself. And so I'm kidding, she wasn't in rehab, ladies and gentlemen. She was injured and she's been down for a few months. And she's back though, and I'm very glad. Jim said that'd be awesome to get Kilts on. He says he'll come on. I've talked to him 100 times. He goes, I'd love to come on, man. Yeah, man. You're a rock star, Russ. You're a rock star.
I love him.
Yeah.
I love watching him at 3 a.m.
I'm like, I'm not really a rock star. You're a meteor, man. You're a meteor. You're in the atmosphere. I'm like, I'm not just a guy, Doc. I'm not. No, you're burning. You're burning like a I'm not. I don't feel hot, Doc. I don't think. That's that Kelsey. Love him, man. Love that guy. And Lizzie's here. Hello, Lizzie. Hello, dear. I saw you. I was cycling through the church. So it says I love carbs too. Let's see. Complex carbs are absolutely good for you. The closer nature is better. Sauerkraut's perfect for raising testosterone levels. Yeah, I don't. I've always thought that vegetables are trying to kill you thing was just clickbait. Personally, I never. Since my doctor told me to take iodine drops to protect my thyroid from all the natural residual crap. There's anything one way or another, but my thyroid is cool. I've heard Dr. Barry talk about we don't get enough iodine. Not an expert on that kind of stuff, but yeah. There you go. Rick had no idea sauerkraut raised testosterone levels. It says, stop being 4 minutes between working and sleeping. Well, hello, Apex. It's good to see you. Haven't seen you for a while. George Thomas says, I've loved George. Yes, George is great. We love George. And let's see here. Rick hates avocados.
Oh, I like them.
But he eats iguana knuckles, ladies and gentlemen. So there you go. It's like he eats iguana elbows, but he does not eat avocados. So there you go. Was a town driving, watch Rick's writing philosophy. Got it.
Those shows are great.
I love to meet People take them up. Yeah, I mean, I'm on that. Terry Sue says, I've been teetering with carb adding here and there, mostly from boredom and the fact that I have stitches in my mouth. I made mashed potatoes today and drank bone broth. Don't say mashed potatoes. That triggers. Don't do that. Don't do that.
I know. I wish.
That triggers me.
Oh, me too.
Am I the only one that hates potatoes?
I can tell you, just again, I'm a world expert on my opinion. I eat what I want. I really do. But I can tell you that what I want to eat has changed as I've become part of this life. And there are certain things that I just have no taste for anymore, that I haven't had, will never probably have again. I can't imagine ever eating a grape or a pineapple again in my life. I just can't imagine. I can't, unless I'm on TV trying to win a contest. If you see me eating a pineapple or grape, know that just call the police. Okay? I'm under duress. Or I'm trying to win some type of award. If you see me on TV eating a pineapple, just know there's some money exchanging hands, okay? Because that's what it would take to get me to eat that stuff. Sugary drinks are a thing of the past. I don't drink that stuff anymore. Just not interested. Not, Now you leave some mashed potatoes and gravy on the counter, I can walk past it about 2 to 3 times. Okay, but that fourth time, not so much.
Yeah.
So and I think everybody kind of goes through that. When my family is here. A couple years ago, it was like 80-20. I would eat what they eat because I hate cooking. I hate the whole kitchen area. And so when my sister's here and stuff, and then my girls are here, they cook and all that stuff. And I'm like, oh, I love it. It's like, I don't want to, but they don't eat like I do. So, and I love eating with my family. So it's what it is. But as time's gone on, it's like 60-40, 50-50. Now it's like 40-60. They eat what they eat. I would eat what I eat because I'm just getting better. I'm getting stronger. I don't have a taste for those things anymore. It's like a slow glacier. It's like a slow ship turning around. And that's my
rewire your neurons.
Yeah,
over time.
Path.
I'm not interested anymore. Yeah, that's what happened to me.
It says, I do high protein yogurt, chicken, salmon, steak, beef, moderate carbs, potatoes, rice, fruit, and vegetables. Yeah, listen, and it depends on your activity level, your lifestyle. If you work out a lot and you're very active and stuff like that, you can eat more carbs and feel better. But, check your blood. That's the other thing that I definitely have learned in this life. Your health is not in the mirror. Your health is not on a scale. There are plenty of good, buff-looking folks walking around here whose blood is like Jello. Okay, I mean, and they stroke out at the gym lifting weights because their their fasting insulin is 27. But they work out and they jog and they drink fruit smoothies and all this stuff. So get your blood work done. Check your important, markers, and go by how you feel and go by what your blood work says. Terry Sue says, I think when you go carnivore, get in touch with yourself. Adding other whole foods is not going to kill us. It's about getting off the processed crap and overeating carb. That's right. Finding your good health. And, I'm not a really super religious person. I mean, I grew up in the church and stuff, but I don't go to church and I don't, but I do believe that God is a God of variety. I think you can't go through nature without seeing that. I mean, he made so many different things and so many different colors and so many different, it's just, there's so much variety. And I just think God gave us lots of things on this earth that we can eat. And it's all about knowing and understanding their place, their role, what's good for us, what's bad for us. And that's what's been lost, is what's good for you, what's bad for you, what you shouldn't be eating at all, what you should eat a little bit of, because most people go with what their doctors and information they're given. They just do. That's why people eat the food pyramid. That's why people sit down like, oh, well, we need this grain and we need this, and eat your vegetables. I know it's disgusting, but because people are looking for guidance. They're looking for somebody to give them the answers. They know that they don't know this stuff. So when you tell them oatmeal's good for you and Cheerios are heart healthy and Frosted Flakes are great and all this stuff, yeah, what do you think they're going to eat?
Yeah. Have you seen the video that Dr. Barry did with Nina Teicholz?
I got a hit on it
really,
in my
really good how she's
my
working.
mentions, but I haven't seen it yet. I did plan to watch it. Go ahead. What would you say? Say that again, Julie.
She's working behind the scenes with Robert Kennedy's people and the current administration, really trying to get that whole food pyramid turned around, and she exposes all the corruption and everything. It's fantastic. It's such a good interview.
Well, I saw something that came out. I read something. I can't remember who it was from. It may have been from Dr. Kiltz several months ago, where they came out with some type of report or something, and there was nothing in it about low carb living, ketogenic living.
You know, she cites that. I think she cites that.
Yeah, and they were disappointed about that.
Right, right.
They
And then they find out, of course, that the food companies and the pharmaceutical companies and this, you know, they're all connected with each other, and all the people that are on that panel have complete conflict of interest. So it's really interesting.
We have a lot of, I mean, again, I don't know the behind the scenes, but we've got Marty McCary. He's one of us. We've got Casey Means. I don't know if she ever got confirmed. I know she was nominated for something. We've got RFK. He's one of us.
Yes.
I don't understand, you know, where the controversy is. There's enough people in charge and in power that we should have a voice.
Well, this is what Nina's saying, is that there's light at the end of the tunnel, she feels, because of that. You know, she feels like that we've got a good shot at really turning it around. So I'm excited about it.
Yeah. Says, I attempted vegetarian style, but I didn't like my energy levels and had to eat even more food than usual. Vegetarian protein powder makes me so gassy. No, thank you. Yeah, you know, again, I'm the last person you want to you know, I know virtually nothing. I know enough to get you maybe interested and point you in the direction of somebody that knows something for real. But we are not designed to get proper nutrition from vegetables. We just are not. We're monogastric. We don't metabolize it or digest it. We don't have cellulase, which is needed to break down fibers, cellulose fibers. We eat these things. We poop them out in whole form. We are built, made, and created to absorb fat and protein for our nourishment. That's just, it's just science. There's no such thing as an essential carbohydrate. It does not exist. There's no carbohydrate that you need to live. That's just science. Read Dr. Ben Bickman, read D'Agostino, read anybody you want to read. The NIH, you know, I mean, there's the carbohydrate is not only is it non-essential, it's the only macronutrient that your body has a natural defense against you getting too much of.
Yes.
Your body doesn't have a defense for you getting too much protein or fat. It has a defense against you getting too much carbohydrate and killing yourself. And that defense is insulin.
And pain.
You know? Yeah. So it's as simple as that. And then what does the body do when you get too much? It converts it to fat, which is what the body really wants. And here's something that I learned from Dr. Georgia Ede in her book. You know, they tell us that saturated fats are terrible for us, animal fats and all that. But when your body converts glucose to fat, guess what type of fat it converts it to? Saturated fat.
Saturated. Wow.
Because saturated fat is the easiest fat for your body to convert to energy. It can do it almost instantly. Other fats take much longer and more of a metabolic process. But saturated fat can almost instantly be turned to useful energy that your body can use. That's why when your body converts glucose to fat, it does it as saturated fat. So not only does your liver make cholesterol for you, it makes saturated fat for you as well.
Wow.
So it's just common sense.
Common sense that's been beaten out of us pretty much, or programmed out of us. You know, that's the sad part. It's been people have been so brainwashed. As an example, my brother, who's a medical doctor, and I told him about my friend. He said I had to stop myself from saying, "Oh, he can't do that," because the medical programming for years of medical school started to kick in. He said I actually stopped myself, thought about it, and realized that what you're doing and what he's doing is his best chance at surviving this. He said, but it's like I have to actually catch myself at that programming of that you have to eat carbs, you've got to eat the pyramid, you've got to do biopsies, you've got to do chemo and radiation. And he said, even though I've watched so many people die, not that it doesn't work in some cases, but certain kinds of cancer, it doesn't. And he said, it's just that, he said, it's amazing, the cognitive dissonance that you get, and he's learned a lot, believe it or not, from me. And then to his credit, he's gone on his own and done some research too, which I'm really proud of him for doing that. It's really awesome.
Todd says he uses olive oil on his whole body instead of expensive lotion. I love that, but don't get in the tanning bed, brother. You'll turn yourself into a rotisserie chicken. little glaze. I'm just kidding. You will not cook yourself. Man. Just because you slather on olive oil and jump into a big heating, it does not mean you're going to cook yourself. I don't know why anybody would jump to that conclusion. Bruce says I get up before every morning, stay up past my bedtime to watch Russ.
Right on.
Yes, Kids does come on early, but you can catch it on a replay. I occasionally catch the replays. You don't have to get up early. Boobies says I peeled 100 shrimp today. It took about an hour, so my kids came home. So I could devour it. Yeah, that's a lot of peel and eat shrimp.
A lot of shrimp. Yeah.
Yeah, shrimp and butter. Yeah, that's.
Yep.
Let's see here. I think whole food carbs would be okay. Carb, starch, bread is not good for cancer. Yeah, any carbohydrate. Dr. Seaford will tell you it doesn't matter. Whole food.
That's right.
You got stay away if you have cancer. As a matter of fact, they also suppress your glutamine as well. Your body doesn't, yes, some carbs are worse than others, but it all gets converted to sugar, whether it's a potato or a Pop-Tart. It all ends up
everything. Yeah, it sure does.
So onions are my issue. I can't touch them without feeling sick. Yeah, I would not eat one like an apple, but man, you saute some mushrooms and butter in there with that thing, buddy. Woo.
I just feel so sick.
Now, is that something new or something you've always experienced?
No, actually, it's pretty new. Like while I was carnivore, I for my roommate, I was slicing him some onions, and I almost gagged just touching the.
Wow,
that's interesting. I had some plain chicken the other day with salt and garlic powder. Thought I was going to die of heartburn. Haven't had garlic since then. Yeah, some people don't do well with garlic. Speaking of not doing well with garlic, look who it is, everybody. See what I did there? That's professional. That's broadcasting, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you. I just, took a shower, was going to wind down for bed, but, who needs to sleep?
Overrated.
That's exactly
Hello,
right.
Milton. Oh, look, it looks Milton with the duck.
We will not be here much longer. We're an hour and 15 in.
I know. I figured you guys would be logging off soon. It's okay.
Yes, we had such a big panel and so many things to talk about, so we went a little bit longer this time. It's all right. Do you eat blueberries and Greek yogurt? That can help with heartburn and ulcers.
What is Lewis's opinion with kilts?
Yeah, and just
about
people
what?
in general that kind of go from carnivore backwards, because it's not just him. I remember Saladino went through this phase. I even saw something, I think, on Kelly Hogan about that. I think
my only thing about Dr. Kiltz is, he had mentioned increasing the amount of fish he was eating for like a month. Like he mentioned that in passing. I just want to know what is going to be measurable after that month to show good, bad, same. Is he doing lab work? I mean, you're not going to do a new CAC score. It's too soon. That takes at least a year. I would repeat that. So I don't know. It's a little confusing because I think, deep down we're all on this same search
Yeah.
for what we need for ourselves. And I know I am. And
Yeah, I just, and I understand why people do it, and I'm not critical. But at least for me, where I'm at, keep your carbs low, proteins and fats high, whatever that means to you. I think that's the proper human diet. It's a high fat, high, low carbohydrate, high protein diet. Again, whatever that means to you.
Right.
Somebody else, maybe 20 carbs is a lot, maybe 50 carbs is a lot for some people. There is a number which I think we can agree no human should go over unless they're training for the Olympics or something like that.
not
And
even then.
Dr. Berry has said through the years that number is less than 100. If you're 19 years old and captain of the football team, yeah, you can probably take in 100 carbs. You'll be fine. But if you're in a nursing home and you're 80 years old, 100 carbs a day is too much for you. So you have to find that range, but ultimately that's what it's about, keeping the main thing, and that's keeping your carbs at a level that are low and your proteins and fats high. And that is exactly the opposite of what most people eat today. Even if they're vegan, vegetarian, even if they don't eat a lot of junk food and fast food, most people eat and drink 10 times more carbs than they take in protein and fat. And that is the essence of, I went vegetarian for a while. I was eating granola and eating fruit and a lot of beans and rice and all kind of stuff and cooking at home. I wasn't out eating the junk food and fast food and eating Pop-Tarts and Hot Pockets. Everything was whole food. Everything was natural, organic, all that stuff. But when you count,
even the potato chips, vegan, if you think about it.
Yeah, but when you count, but I'm not even talking. I'm just talking about.
I was just saying, like even that's
really who eat
fish,
what they think is healthy, whole foods, lots of brown rice and sweet potatoes and all the organic, and even they grow it themselves and all that stuff. You're talking about hundreds of carbohydrates a day. I was probably getting 50 or 60 just with granola in the morning. It's nuts. And potatoes? Are you kidding me? I could eat my weight in sweet potatoes.
Me too.
Seriously. And I thought that was good. I used to get sweet potatoes in a 3-pound bag from Costco. And I would peel them and chop them up and bake them with butter and I thought I was being healthy. That's why, again, in my mind, the fight isn't about food. The fight is about information, because there's not a doctor. Most doctors are not going to tell you don't do that. Most doctors are going to say, "Oh, that's great. Get some brown rice with that."
Yeah.
So it's just you can't win because you're doing everything that you're quote unquote supposed to do, but you feel terrible. You're hungry all the time, and it's just not working. So it's like, and everything that I like to eat and wanted to eat, I threw it out because they're telling me it's killing me. So,
Russ, for November Hack Your Health, did you know that Dr. Kilt is having a dinner meetup on the Friday, the November 14th?
No, nobody told me.
So we have to just pay for our plate at the Brazilian Steakhouse, but he's just getting everyone together. I'll send you the RSVP.
Yeah, so that's some bull junk. Are you guys trying to tell me something?
I just told you. I sent it out in the Mighty Network.
Here, note to self: curse Dr. Kilt's out.
And tell him to eat a sweet potato. Tell him to eat a sweet potato.
Yeah, I got you, Lewis. What's that, Amy?
So did you hear that Keto Palooza's back on? Are you going to be going to that next year?
Where is that?
That is October 2026 in Louisville, Kentucky.
Yeah. Oh, that's yeah. I love Louisville. I love that's not far from my neck of the woods. Great. Love Louisville. Louisville's a perfect little city. It's not super big. It's just perfect. And the Brazilian Steakhouse is across the street from where I stay. So,
well, they're changing the venue, so it's not going to be. It's not going to be at the Galt House. I think the whole reason why they had to take a year off was Autumn was struggling too much with that hotel and the food and everything. So,
well, plus Hack Your Health is like the next month. It should have been tough for people to make both.
Well, and it's also the same time as the 2KK cruise.
Yeah. Now that's always been at that time. The 2KK has always been in November. That's always been. They've never changed that. But they changed Hack because Hack was in May last year.
Yeah.
And then they announced that they were going to do it in November, and then she announced that they weren't going to have Keto Palooza. So I assumed, I didn't ask her, but I assumed, I'm like, well, yeah, if you're going to have October 22nd, and then Hack is November the 14th, you're talking 2 weeks, 3 weeks apart. A lot of people aren't going to be able to do both.
And I think they'll choose Hack.
Yeah, it depends on what you like, but I agree with you. Yeah, I agree with you. I like the smaller events better.
Yeah,
I do too.
But I understand Hack is Hack. You know what I mean? So I get it. I would have been okay because Hack's in my backyard. But if you're a person that has to, take time off from work and plan these things and budget and all that kind of stuff, yeah, I get it. So that was tough. But that's wonderful. I don't know how I'm the last to hear these things, although I'm not on social media that much.
Well, and I think they announced it like they verbally announced it on the 6 a.m.s, and then I think Alia sent it out through the Mighty Network, not as an email, so it's easy to miss it. I sent you the RS. It's a Google form if you just the RSVP so they can reserve the table, and then all you gotta do is pay your plate.
Although I can imagine there's going to be like 750 billion people there. I mean that.
So I asked Alia yesterday. I said, "How many people have RSVP'd for Hack Your Health for the dinner on the Friday?" She said 20.
Well, yeah, but I mean it's okay. Perfect example. When we were in Keto Palooza, it was me, Darth Carnivore, Future Carnivore, Laura Russell was there. Can't think 2 or 3 other people. Forgive me if I'm forgetting you were there with us. We were sitting there hanging out, and we see like 30 people up in the front waiting. It's Dustin Cade, Chris Cooking Nashville. it's like everybody.
Yeah, and I think that's why they want to get the RSVP so they make the reservations now because you're right.
We didn't
every
know
night
they were
will be packed. Every night.
Know Dustin had said something to me maybe a couple of days before, like, hey, we're gonna have to hit that, but we didn't have a plan or whatever, and they just 30 of them popped in. And it was funny because we were leaving, but I hung around and stayed and hung out with them because they got there. We were going out. So that's what I'm trying to say is like with that big event in Tampa, there is a 0% chance of us not seeing a bunch of people that have no idea we were even going to be there. But I'm all about it. Just let me know.
I emailed it to you already. You got it in your email.
The other day before.
Yeah.
Just email me or shoot me whatever. And
I sent it.
Are you guys staying at the venue?
Originally I wasn't, and now I am.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got you. Well, we'll talk about it more as time goes on here, although we're getting down to this just a few weeks away. But in any event, we're an hour and 20 minutes in, and I'm very sorry. Hold on a second. Dr. Kiltz is not adding vegetables. He's having plenty more kind. Okay, well, Doc, that's not what his email that he sent to me said.
No, he's totally a carnivore still. He's not adding any more vegetables than he was eating before.
Right.
Okay. It says okay. Again, I'm not criticizing. Please, I'm not in any way, shape, or form. I don't want anybody to think that I'm criticizing or complaining. I just thought it was interesting. He clearly he felt the need to send out an email to everybody about his changes. So,
well, I think it was going a little crazy. I think he was trying to nip it in the bud, but I feel like I don't know if it accomplished that. And I think if anything, it's not that he's adding vegetables. I think what is interesting that he's adding a lot of supplements.
It says right here in this email, Dr. Kiltz discusses his evolving diet, now including wild-caught fish, cod liver oil, and cooked vegetables. I don't know how that listen, I'm not Amy. I can read. No, I'm just kidding.
Hey.
I'm just kidding. Okay, it says
so. I will defend Dr. Kiltz, and I'll say he never ate raw vegetables ever.
just raw meat.
Never.
No
Yeah,
need to
raw
defend
meat.
him. There's no need to defend him. If he needs defending, you have to stand behind me. He is my guy.
Right now, he's on a plane. He's on a plane right now to from JFK to where was he going?
I think Barcelona.
Barcelona.
Yeah.
Barcelona.
I know. I told you. I said, "Oh, you're in JFK. You're near me. We should get some fish together."
Yeah, I need to catch. Yeah, right. I need to catch.
That's really fishy.
Last time I was with him that they were opening a clinic in Jacksonville.
Mm-hmm.
So, which is all I love. I'm like, hey, if I find out that you set one foot in my city and did not reach out to me, you better run the next time you see me coming. That's all I gotta say, because I will be grumpy. I will be disgruntled if I find out that you were in Jacksonville, Florida, and I did not. So, yeah, but I have to be curious to see how that project is going. But yeah, like I said, man, no judgment here. I just, when you send an email like that after being who he has been and who he is, it just I got questions, man. I got questions. I want to know things. That's all. Okay, my friends, the time has come for us to bid you all adieu. We have fulfilled our contractual obligation to the family for this week once again. I cannot thank you guys enough for hanging out with me. You guys lift my spirits. You helped me out. I was down for a couple of weeks.
How you feeling? You back to normal?
Yeah.
Yes, I feel pretty good here. I had a few days after the show. Probably by Saturday, I was feeling myself again.
Perfect.
Great. Tired. The cough and stuff went away by Friday, but I was just still tired. And so, but this weekend I was feeling myself again. So yeah, we're all good here. Hopefully, and as always, we want you to keep your carbs low, keep your proteins and fats high, and we will see you all on the next one. And I'm sorry if I missed your comments and stuff. I say that every week. You come to expect it by now. Please don't.
No judgment.
Don't.
Cook your